Nkosi sikeleli.
We are live now. We just with a video and a sound, so we just go and dive straight into it because at the moment we're in the sound. So we are live. The social media pages that which is through Facebook, and also the YouTube page. If you have any problems with the sound, concerned page Mlamli Manala, and also on my social media, on my platform, Mlamli Manala. So, as long as it's going to post yet, we've got our lady of the moment today. We've got the Bela Jawa, and we're going to take us through a business here. Actually took the social media by storm. She's got a business. But we've got Jawa to go through quite a difficult year. 2020 was a very, very difficult year for all of us. I cannot even. They were immune. They were not either infected or affected or whatever way by coronavirus. Not only that, we came with quite a lot of problems missing now to 2020. We are hoping for the first day of 2021. Njengoba sivula bethuna nezitya zimdaka ekitchini kumdaka yiloo nto sinephathela namhlanje norevilo kwenza asosemafura kwizinto zonke ezifuna ukuhoywa phaa ekitchini nakwindawo yonke ekhona sijonge sisiqala nje usiphokazi usagijima ukhala ngesound. Okay,
sound
how you change kwelo cala lapho. Okay, better now. How is it drifting? Hear me? Okay, let's do this, Jerry. Go out, and then you again. Go out, and then you come back again. Okay, look. You can just notify me. Thanks, Sporky, for letting me know if the sound is bad. You can just let us know what you're in, Johnny, but hopefully sound here to improve. Better sound. Again, quality is out there. That is seven. Okay, let's back. How you sound now? If it's better. Okay, okay. Still bad. It's sound here too. It's on my side. Okay. Give us another minute or so to sort this sound, and then I'll get. Hope sound yet has improved. How's that, Refill?
It's 100%. I can hear you.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. We had a bit of a glitch in terms of the sound yet. So we are back when you know Refill, and I wanna know my dlomo phaya. Bebe sekhala nge-sound nola apho kuni Summer Greens. I know ukuthi you're gonna need the services zika Refill. I can see you guys are watching live on Facebook, watching live on YouTube. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your questions and everything as we move forward. Bethuna besatsho sisithi we'd like to wish bethuna unyaka omhle u-2021. We know ukuthi, I mean, bekukubi to 2020. Some were infected, some were affected by COVID-19. Out of many things ezenzekileyo uThixo bekunye nathi, we'd like to thank him ngoba asinike ixesha loba siphinde sikwazi ukubona. Kodwa ke namhlanje sinaye uRefill who's going to take us through business yakhe that actually took social media by storm. Izilay Queens bethuna sasibona sifuna ubheka ikitchen, sabona izilay Queens zifuna ubheka siyoklina. I'm not sure whether sasiclean iroom na, but ke kuyaklinwa, kuyakhutyulwa bethuna kuyakhutyulwa. Sinayo Refill. We just want you to feel at home. You just drink your water, you do everything. Khawubulisa abantu, but people have been waiting for this moment. Can you just bulisa abantu on the other side?
Molweni, hi to everyone who's watching. It's like Queen Siyabulisa.
Oh, it's yes. You make it look easy, Slay Queen. You make it look easy, and under normal circumstances, Slay Queens wouldn't want to be known or tagged as Slay Queens, but can be salvaged only like when now ikwenza into bangaba maybe lula lento nje uveke kongathi uthi usela amanzi kodwa uthi Slay Queen. Uyayibona lento? Okay, take us through ke Refman. I just want to welcome you kwi show yam Umlamli Manqala. You are both live. We are live kwi platforms zonke, which is the Facebook and also the YouTube page. Maybe before we start with anything, tell us ngubani uRefill weqala. Who are you? Ngubani wena? Uvelaphi? And singazi into olingawe njengoRefill outside the business.
uRefill is from the Eastern Cape, born and bred. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a grandmother. No. She's a granddaughter. She's a granddaughter. uRefill is from the Eastern Cape. She's ambitious. Akafuna ulamba uRefill. Hence she started this business. She's an executor. She's not a coward. And uRefill is one of those people onga-affectwa ngaba abantu bazothini syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah. She's ambitious nje. She does not let anything get in her way. Yeah, she's that person. I was born and bred. I'm from the Eastern Cape. Never mind the Refill. Refill is just a name. But I was born and bred in the Eastern Cape. I'm from PE. Yeah, that's basically me.
So phume hanging sani uyohlaba abantu ngebha sani pha hanging batyise ibhisto qanda sani.
No.
Down by Motherwell, New Brighton, P.
Eswiti. I'm from Eswiti.
It's wider.
I'm from
Eswiti. It's wider.
It's wide, yes. It's with the height. With the height. That's where I'm from. That's where uRefill was made. That's where uRefill was made there.
And when did you move to Johannesburg?
Part of my life I stayed in Joburg because Utadamu is my dad met my mother in Johannesburg. That was way back before I was even born. And then part of my lower grades in primary school and my first and second year of high school, I was in Johannesburg. I was staying in Johannesburg with my father. Then I decided to move back home to my mom, which I went back to P in the Eastern Cape. And then I fully decided to relocate to Johannesburg last year, February. So when I came back as an adult. Okay. I did not come back to the city. I came back as an adult and I had to fend for myself.
I hear you. Now, why the name? How did the concept? Before we go to the name, how did the concept came about? Slay Queen and I mean cleaning services. How did the name came about?
True. There's always this stereotype that is linked under women who don't have 9 to 5, but who dress well, who smell good, who take exotic holidays, who are always catching flights. But umdu cannot really say, I work for so and so, or I work for this corporation. So such women are always said to be slay queens. I've been in situations where I was also referred to as one. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually find it offensive. Why not? Let me take this title and run with it, and let me actually make money out of it and change the narration of what a typical slay queen is considered to be. So that's where the slay queen concept came in.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I mean our society, when it comes to abantu abangomama izinto ziyakwazi nini noba divorciwe noma buyele emzini noma buye kwendweni thina we don't have names uyabo and so we still remain abantu thina and I'm reminded of a picture of a guy who was according to abantu was hot ethengiswa fruit and everyone supported this guy uyabo
True.
yabona wenziwa kafani nami yabona masinafuna uqala unjonge kayi-3 okanye kayi-6 yabo yena
okanye funeka kubekho into ekuthethelelayo
yabo yeah. So yena amjonge kaninzi uyabo he had his yellow shirts, yellow whatever naked, and everyone saw this guy as a hustler and really wanted to support this guy and everything. And then on the other hand, you came up with the name Slay Queen Cleaning Services. Hayi ke sanyuka amaqondo bushushu ku-Twitter, anyuka amaqondo bushushu ku-Facebook. Kwaxa into mama kuzaba kubi. So for the benefit of our viewers, for some of them are not from locally, would you say I'm right when I'm saying into bangaba slay queen was in South African terminology? Slay queen, is it gold diggers cleaning service, or you would say you won't associate it? It's just the stigma around it. Okay, what would you say around umntu who's not South African and listening today and say, okay, not I need this cleaning service here in the US, I need this cleaning service in the UK, but is it gold diggers cleaning service? What is it?
The Slay Queen, the name in its own is a brand, right? Like any other business, the main thing of trying to get a business off the ground is the way you market it and the way you brand it, right? That's when you reach the audience that you aim to get. So Slay Queen, yes, the term Slay Queen is considered to be women who sleep with men for financial favors, right?
Okay.
But I'm changing that narration. I'm telling them that I can look good, I can dress well, I can catch flights, but I can still work and call myself a slay queen. It's how you perceive yourself as a woman. If you perceive yourself as a slay queen, you slay and you're a queen. Then that's exactly what you are. What makes a slay queen a slay queen? We first need to find the root of that definition. Then we can then have a conversation after that as to exactly what is a slay queen.
So tell us, Kengo, Slay Queen Cleaner Service, what are the services that you guys offer? What are your services?
Slay Queen Cleaning Services, we've got in-house maids. You call us, you book us, you tell us exactly which services you want us to render in your home, and we come at the comfort of your home. We clean carpets, deep cleaning, couches, mattresses. We are basically your maids for the day, or whether or not you choose to have us long-term, short-term, or for a day. That's what we do. We just changed the game. We just upped the game a little bit because there's a certain perception as to how a typical helper or maid should look like. We are not 30. We're still young. I'm not gonna come to your house with uniform down a length down to my ankles and a joke and no makeup because I'm a helper. I want to feel good about myself at my place of work, like any other person who would work in a corporation or in an office who would wear her stilettos and put on a perfume and wear her weave and her makeup would feel. So that's basically it.
Okay. Do you guys have in female clients as Chatileyo that are comfortable
Never.
with you guys around?
You know, when I first officiated this business on social media, the
Mhm.
woman crucified me. I've
Hmm.
never, till now, I've never been actually been booked by. The only women that contact me are women that seek to be employed by my company,
Okay.
not women that want me to go into their homes and clean for them. Because women just made it clear that I don't want to see these women even setting foot in my house because I don't feel safe, I don't feel comfortable with my husband and being around a woman who's dressed like that and who looks hot and who's cleaning my house. It feels as if you are invading my territory or you are here to clean our husband. That's what they
Hmm.
said.
Okay, before we go to that one in terms of cleaning their husband, let me just let's just take care of this one that you've mentioned. In the Bangaba, the woman is not comfortable with you around. Do you think the
Mm.
problem is with the woman? The problem is with the wife, or the problem is with the husband? Where is the problem in this
The
thing?
with me, I was even having a conversation with my friend, and I was like, I didn't actually. The only time I realized how insecure some women were was when I opened this business because I
Hmm.
did not think that's the reception that they would give me. You know, it's got absolutely nothing to do with me. Your husband could look at me in another way, whether or not I was wearing a skirt, jean, tights, whatever way that is. If you feel uncomfortable because I'm wearing makeup and you feel like I'm here to compete with you in your household, then that means that there's something wrong with you. And
Hmm.
there's nothing that I could do to change that. It's on you. That is your problem. But I'm not here for that. So yeah, it's the problem is with the woman.
And then, is that in terms of your services? Okay, in terms of
Mm.
your, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Mm.
You can hear me now? Okay. Now, in terms of your service, Kemo, mani wari yoba ngabengathi nizawuklina nabata anibaklini bona otata. Niklina only izindlu. Otata bona nibaklini.
Yeah, it's just they feel as if we're there to invade their territory, we're there to take what's theirs,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel like we are there to compete with them. Therefore, their husbands, they're not comfortable with their husbands being around us. So I think that's I can't speak for them, but
Okay.
because I'm a woman, I think maybe my understanding of how they feel, that's just it. I'm not sure, but women have not booked us, women have not called us, women don't want us to go into their homes. And so far, the people that I aim to target, I am doing exactly that. It's a buyer's market. The people that have the buying power will come to us and they seek for our services, and we render exactly that, and we move. We can't with the people that don't want to support us.
Okay, sound here to be. Can you try can you try again?
And if
Yeah, in the sound. Can sure. Can you again if you can just look again.
okay,
Um
okay.
okay, so wait. Pushing your question. Um see if you can is see. Okay, let's test again sound.
Yeah, it's okay, but there's a little bit of some squeaking and some chattering.
Okay. I'm coming back. Maybe it's coming from my side. Okay, we are back again. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Can you hear me now?
Mm,
Okay,
perfectly well.
that's better. That's better. Let me just before we continue, maybe let me just read some of the comments as Naswangabany. Okay, perfect sound. Unombulelo Paya sound is 100%. Siso is laughing at the fact that Uchi, you are a grandmother.
Hayi Sukachi,
Yeah.
ndiphazamile, what's wrong with you?
We've got
Yho, ningxolile ke
Umamukhamela
nina, umntu just one mistake.
Wandanayo.
Yho, benilindele inqashi. Yho.
We've got Umamukhamela. I just love how daring you are. This is business. I am a married wife and I encourage your business.
Thank you, Mama. Oh,
Umamukhamela.
good.
And then Utabi Pa is asking, who is your target market? Tabi is asking, who is your target market?
My target market is anyone who wants me to clean their home. Anyone who wants me to lay a hand, I am there. That is it. Be it male, be it female. Anyone who's going to be comfortable with me being around their space and trust me with their home. That is my target market. And I aim to do that nationally, not just in Johannesburg.
I hear you. I'm glad you said that because there are some groups and goes of Monty P and everything, and people are asking Uguchi, is this service only available in Johannesburg only? So you can confirm Uguchi at the moment you are only in Joburg, Okanye, the service is also available outside Johannesburg.
At the moment, I am in Johannesburg and I'm in Cape Town. I have my sister works with me. She's managing it in Cape Town, but I plan on branching out nationally to other places because my phone has been blowing up. People want slay queens. They want them. They Rustenburg, Polokwane, Cape Town, Durban, Port Elizabeth. People need my services, and I plan on doing just exactly that.
And then do you get sometimes a challenge whereby they ask something outside your scope of service in terms of
They do
personal favors?
all the time. It's not just personal; it's sexual favors and happy endings. I make it very clear, vividly clear before I even leave my home or take my team and go and service a client that We are not doing anything sexual here. This is mainly cleaning. We come to your home, we clean, then we leave. The only happy ending that you'll be getting is the satisfaction of seeing your house spotless clean. And that is it. We don't offer anything beyond beyond that.
Yeah. And now, looking at the name Slay Queens, and with possibly you're going to be creating job opportunities out there, and also with your signature uniform, but that you're going to be going out there. So do you would be going through a rigorous process of interviewing abantu in making sure ukuthi outside your scope, so that your brand ayonakali at the end of the day, in terms of making sure ukuthi aba bantu they only stick to the job at hand, and not give a service that is beyond that. Because at the end of the day, if you come to me in Cape Town, you come and clean my house, then I offer you 5,000 rand to do extra service. How are we going to sort of look and mitigate those particular problems?
And with that being said, Mlamli, the women my age throughout South Africa, I get women who are from very impoverished backgrounds. You can see what this person is impoverished. She really wants employment. She wants to have something that generates her that source of income. And some would even say, I'm very desperate, I'm willing to do anything, I'm willing to relocate. And they are from deep rural KZN. And human beings will always be human beings. Men will always be men. We are pretty girls, we are young, and we are wearing skimpy clothes. Some you would find what you go to their homes and they offer you something more than what you actually came for. So I make it clear to them, I don't care how desperate you are, this is a business. You offer the service that you are there to offer, then you leave. Because I am not going to compromise the integrity and the reputation of my business because someone else decided to do something that was out of the scope of the service that is supposed to render. So we get situations where people want more than what we are there for.
And really, would you say at the moment, are there any competitors as Bonleba, but this is in the business opportunities that are coming? Okay, you still
you know what? When I first established this, I thought to myself, there are other cleaning businesses. I'm not the only person who would be in this space. What can I do that will stand out? And what can I do that will ensure that I poach and the people that I plan on targeting come to me without me actually having to go to them? Which the marketing strategy that I used and my brand is working for me at the moment. I'm getting established cleaning companies that were there before me, like they are way in the game ahead of me, approaching me because they want to partner with me or they want to use my concept for their businesses because they see that it's working. It's going to be something great.
Yeah, and I'm sure really more specifically for at the moment, but we on a target market here, it's everyone who's actually feeling comfortable with the Nansika, with you around, and also Abande Bakpangadela. And people should not expect to you can't be everywhere. Yeah, so I can't.
I'm not the Holy Spirit.
People working for you, but you have other people also working for you in PE, other people working for you in KZN, in Mpumalanga. So you can't just be everywhere. But would you say as the main boss of the company, in an event whereby you have to be available, the client specifically request when, and the client
they do. They do. They some even say that I want the girl in the picture. That I want the girl that I saw on the ad. Are you the one? My clients specifically asked me to come. Some would even say it's fine, we'll reschedule for another day. Some would even say no, just come. I'll make sure that I tip. So that they want what they want, and you give the clients what they want.
And if they're willing to fly you to Cape Town, then you will just fly to Cape Town for
it's business. Over and beyond for business, I would. I would go to Cape Town and I'd render the service that I'm there to do, and that's it.
Yeah, and also, I think in some cases maybe it will help. As Usito, you are establishing yourself. I think you're being overwhelmed now. The reception was just too much. It's beyond into ubucingela. And I'm sure even nomuntu owenza fast coding ngoku, owenza overalls ngoku, I mean, you creating job opportunities. You know, you creating job opportunities. Umdu's gonna have to do as fast coding, and then as soon as you employ someone, and that person needs to have a uniform yako that is branded with your name. So where do you see your brand in terms of your look and everything going forward? Because I think it is also what's appealing currently with the clientele that you have. You know, how are you going to keep your look as the brand is still appetizing as it is?
You know, when you have a vision, you need to also have a solid team that shares the same vision that you do, and they make sure they get the memo and they are with the memo. So because I can't be in all the spaces all at once, I also have to deploy at some case. You say, okay, so and so I'm going to need you in Cape Town, so and so I'm going to need you in Durban, so and so I'm gonna need you. So they need to stick with the brand. They need to know what the brand is. They need to understand what cleaning services is all about before anything else, so that we keep and maintain the standard that we are in currently. And I foresee that happening because I am also planning on getting into spaces like cleaning for corporates, because I've been approached by guys who say, you know what, I want you to clean our office space. If I'm happy with your service, then this would be like a contract, and you would actually have to work for us, and you would have it in writing, and it would be a project for me. So with such a case, I want people who are also comfortable with themselves. Because I'm not gonna come here and force you to wear a skimpy dress if you're not comfortable with it. Because it's my brand, I can't enforce it on someone else to understand and get my vision. So I need people who share the same vision as me, so that we make sure that we break those borders.
Okay, let me just read some of the questions or comments as lapha. Usinathemba uthi hayi siyaniva ngoku, and then usinathemba ngamlana, proud of you Refile Jawa, proud of you Refile Jawa. God keep you and bless your business. Usebhayi ke usinathemba, and hopefully now is going to be requesting for the service soon. Utabi Lee, but unfortunately we are human beings and things happen. Are your employees vetted? Yabo. Ubongani kwela cala uvezi uthi they are watching, and then ubongani Joacha yena is also applauding the fact that you only do that particular service, you stay within your scope and everything, and then uthi good. Now, the question gebuzwa your employees, do you vet them before uba thatha?
True. I do that. I was even having a conversation with a friend of mine who's assisting me with that, because the houses that I don't go to some shady back room. I go to houses where I meet prominent, high-profile people sometimes. I would hate it if I found myself in a situation where I employ someone who's not honest, because these people live there. It's your home. You can leave your belongings anywhere. You'd get to a place where you see a Rolex watch, you see expensive cologne. Sometimes I'd even find money in my client's pockets while I'm trying to load their laundry. So I make sure that I want clearance with anyone I seek to employ, so that I know what I'm getting myself into. People are very dodgy. Like, people are sketchy. Someone might even approach me and say, I'm desperate, I need a job. And ndimbone bana uyayifitha i-description into ndiyifunayo in my brand, but only to find out maybe she works for people that come into people's houses, God forbid, and hijack or steal. And obviously people would think that I'm part of that syndicate, so I don't want to find myself in that situation or my brand in any way jeopardized because of that.
We are living in the time whereby we are facing a pandemic, and some business are going down because of this particular pandemic, and when also you are in the space whereby you actually let me say you're also in the front line. Your business is sort of in the front line of this particular. So what are the measures that are in place on your side in terms of making sure Guti, not only your client also is protected, but also even abaphangeli bakho are protected and everything. What are the measures in Kambi that uref yena, and also what you're looking to do maybe in the future? Because this pandemic is still going to be part and parcel for our lives for the longest time. Yeah, but now business needs to still continue now.
With regards to the safety of my employees, I make sure that anyone who contacts us, who seeks for our services, we do so telephonically. And when I have placed or scheduled them or put them in my slot for a booking, I would then say, send me your location, because we come to you, you don't come to us. I make sure that the places that I go to are either complexes, estates, or a place that has security and that is gated. So that if I or my employees go in and never come back, someone has to account for us.
I hear you.
So yes, I that's the measures that I'm currently taking, and I plan on doing more when the business expands. And yeah, probably like hire full-time security would always be with us wherever we move.
Okay, I think I would just Shambi, khona nomuntu enza ku-introduce kuye ref oza who does mask is not a shield, it's a mask. You can still smile, you can still do lip reading while you're in the theater and all those things. So those are the things maybe that I will have to introduce you to this particular individual. But tell me, Ref, tell me in terms of your business, would you say aba bantu bakufonelayo and ask for you to come, at the moment you are comfortable, with them in terms of the payment, you are comfortable in terms of where your business is at the moment, or you would still love to see more business coming?
I'm comfortable with, firstly, I'm comfortable with the people that I've serviced so far. I won't lie. Like the guys that I've met, I'm absorbing information each and every single day. I'm meeting private bankers, I'm meeting accountants, I'm meeting entrepreneurs, I'm meeting different people who bring different wisdom to me, who actually advise me on how to move forward in this business. They've been absolutely amazing. I am learning so much. It's, for me, it's actually more than just a business now. It's just gathering so much information all at once, and making sure that I make I take my company to the next level. I elevate myself, because the information that I'm receiving and the information that I'm absorbing from these people is is wonderful. And the advice and the context that I'm making because of them, because you get to someone's house and you engage in a conversation. It's not like I'm there to clean and we don't even talk. Like we talk to these people. Like some would even think that we are friends, because we talk, we engage. You know, I'm making contact.
I hear you. That is good. That is good. More especially this time.
The sound is terrible. I can't hear you.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. I think we had a problem with the sound. Sorry, Ref. I think it sound. I mean, the network is not stable upon call at the moment. Now, I think basically into 80 with the problem on the pandemic and then all other businesses going down. So, what would you say to someone who's listening from PE, from East London, from Durban, and everything in terms of ababafuna umsebenzi, and then we can go ababafuna as services. Where could contact up? Is it the same contact number that you have for your services, where they can contact you in an event, ofuna uba employee Slay Queen, Mpumalanga, KZN, and all those things, so that they know exactly what line of communication ihamba njani.
The number that has been circulating in all my flyers and all my marketing, my business marketing pages, or whatever you would like to call it, is my business number. That's where you contact me if you have any discussions with regards to Slay Queen cleaning services. That is the number that I'm available on. All my social media pages, I'm Refilwe Jawa, Refilwe with an O, Jawa. That's where you contact me. Either send me a DM, and I'll try to be as prompt as I can. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Last, your parting shot game Ref in terms of your clientele, your business. How would you say Abantu can come, and also what confidence would you give go CC so that they can start utilizing your services and everything in terms of your parting shot?
Anyone who wants to utilize my business, we don't only do. I think the OCC just got the idea of in-house made. You know, uza endlini yam apho ndihlala khona nomyeni wam, and I don't feel comfortable with that. But we don't only do that. Those are not the only services that we offer. We do small to medium-sized events. We do corporate functions. You know, there's more to us than being an in-house maid and actually coming to your space. And anyone who wants to seek for our services can do exactly that. Those who don't, then I can't, there's nothing I can do to convince you otherwise.
Okay. I'm glad uthi no corporate events uthi iphelile ngokulanto yokubona abasisi benqini black and white beqokelela amaphepha bebesithini izilay quiz khona ngoku.
In actual fact, I'm supposed to meet someone who owns a restaurant in Fourways who wants to make use of our services. So, and also someone also does function. So yeah, Tina, will whatever event you have, we are there. Call us. Stalking or no stalking. Stalking or no stalking.
No, Refman. Thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll be able to have another discussion again as Iqasha lihamba. And then hopefully we can have a live cleaning service. You can clean another house or something. See what we can do. All the best for your business. You put out this support. I appreciate your innovation during this time.
Thank you very much. Bye.